Did you see the smart underwear you predicted 8 years ago finally got developed? Has it? They have smart underwear? What's it called? Researchers developed smart underwear to track wearers' farts. What? University of Maryland researchers designed smart underwear to track and measure flatulence, and they're seeking volunteers to wear them. So it's a small device that snaps into a wearer's underwear and uses electrochemical sensors to track intestinal gas. It specifically records releases of hydrogen. Think of it like a continuous glucose monitor, but for intestinal gas. I thought there was going to be like a bigger health thing about it, but it seems like it's just for the sake of knowing average farts. Assistant research scientists at the school led a study that found healthy adults produce flatus at an average of 32 times per day, with individual variations reaching as much as 59 or as low as 4. Hall said doctors previously thought the average would be around 14, a number he attributed to the difficulties involved in measuring and self-reporting without the use of smart underwear. Objective measurements give us an opportunity to increase scientific rigor in an area that has been difficult to study. Yeah, but why though? They're working on a human flatus atlas to objectively measure gas release across hundreds of patients using smart underwear. And it's to develop a baseline for normal adult flatulence patterns. We don't actually know what normal flatus production looks like. Without that baseline, it's hard to know when someone's gas production is truly excessive. They should have a leaderboard for it. It's a good idea. Wow. Man, they're looking for hard farters. Those who consume high-fiber diets yet pass gas rarely, or hydrogen hyperproducers. Simply put, people who fart a lot, and then normal people. A hydrogen hyperproducer. I mean, that sounds like funding well spent. Yeah, it was actually a top 500 farter last season. That does go crazy. Yeah, that device ain't surviving on you, Charles. I definitely wouldn't consider myself a hydrogen hyperproducer. It truly just depends on what I ate in that given day. I think I'd fall more in line with just normal. I would think, but then again, I guess I also don't know normal flatus levels. It seems cool. No, I mean, I don't know. Who am I to say it's not worth investing in, huh? Perhaps this is very valuable knowledge. What do you think about a Knight of the Seven Kingdoms? I think it's amazing. I am really, really, really pleasantly surprised by how good this show is. I'm very upset that the next episode's the final one of the season, but I'm hoping it won't be like a fucking 5-year wait for the next one. It's extraordinary. They plan on releasing a season a year. Well, that's good. I actually just read something, I don't remember where it was from, but it was about JRPGs in Japan, and how a lot of people, like younger generation, no longer feel attachment to like Final Fantasy or Dragon Quest. And the reason is because it takes so long to develop these games that people's entire childhood goes by with either one game or no games added to it, so it's very hard for the like new generation to get like passionate about a property. And it's such an interesting thing because I never really stopped to think about it. It's a really good point. Because growing up, like early 2000s, you were getting a season of Sopranos a year, right? You were getting a new Final Fantasy a year. You were getting a new Halo every couple of years. So you could grow up with these properties and they become like an integral part of like your palate, like your taste. And that's just not the case anymore. So like Stranger Things, for example. Let's say you were 5 years old when Stranger Things started. You're in high school by the time it ends. And you've seen 5 seasons. Like it's so different. It's impossible now for anyone to grow up with like an attachment to these properties. Because you just don't get much of it. There's not Sopranos season every year. Was there not? I'm pretty sure there was. There was for Breaking Bad, and I'm pretty sure Sopranos had one a year. Let me see. Season 1 was January 1999. Season 2, January 2000. Season 3, March 2001. Season 4, September 2002. And then there was a 2-year gap between Season 4 and Season 5. But it was a season a year except for that, I guess. Game of Thrones was every year until the final year. Oh yeah, Game of Thrones is another good example. Streaming also made it less of an event, even if Game of Thrones only released on streaming. Wouldn't have had the same cultural effect as weekly airing. Well, you're talking about the binge model. That's two separate things. I agree. I think binge is obsolete now. Weekly, I think, is king. That show for me was Dexter. Good times. Oh, Dexter's another good example. I never finished Dexter. I dropped it after the Trinity Killer, but yeah. You hear about the guy who didn't shower for 60 years because he thought he would get ill due to being clean. When he showered, he died less than a month later. Yeah, that's a well-known story. They called him, I think, the dirtiest man on the planet or something, right? Because he didn't bathe or practice hygiene for 60 years. They forced him. Yeah, the village came together and forced him to bathe, and then he died. So he was right. Hard to know for sure, but he was old. He was not a young man. Have you heard about Mihailo Tolodos? He was a guy who lived 82 years without ever seeing a woman. Where did he live? Like not even in like a magazine or on TV or something? Mihailo Tolodos, a Greek Orthodox monk, 1856 to 1938. Oh, so this isn't recent. I thought it was like someone in like the modern era. Though, to be fair, mid-1800s you would still expect. There's like no way to confirm that, bro could just lie. No, you know when a man's seen a woman. You can tell. Not even his own mom. That's a really good point. I guess that's a very good point. The only source for this, by the way, that I can see is from Instagram. You talk about the Kevin Durant burner account? No, I don't think I've talked about that. That one was another wacky one. Kevin Durant, people know he's been online talking shit for a while, but his burner account just got leaked, and it was a lot. On current and former teammates, it has not been good for the Durantula. What did he do on it? Just talk shit on like his teammates. It's a pretty bad look. Get off my Dickerson. Yeah. And the LeBron Israel thing. Rough week for the NBA. Yeah, you had the Michael Jordan NASCAR celebration. LeBron Israel. I was gonna say celebration. Well, I guess kind of, because he was like, I've heard nothing but good things. And then Kevin Durant's burner account. Rough NBA week. What about what LeBron said was so bad? He was asked about fans from the country. They're allowed to be NBA fans too. Yeah, man, but there's no human being on the planet that's heard only good things about Israel. He could have just said like, oh, you know, yeah, I heard they like basketball over there too. Cool. You didn't have to lie and be like, oh yeah, it's nothing but amazing stuff I've heard. It's fucking silly. Not defending him, but asking NBA player about world politics at All-Star Weekend seems so unnecessary. Well, I mean, tell that to Kyrie Irving. I mean, this isn't anything new. I'm not surprised. They've been doing that to NBA players for a minute. And not just NBA. Athletes, everyone.